Hey there, folks. Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Blue Chew. That's right. Having sex on Blue Chew is the way to go. It just puts your mind at ease. You know you're taken care of. You know you got the goods. It's a good way to make love. You can get more confidence in the bedroom, last longer, get a little more business going. Blue Chew's tablets offer the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form. And if you don't like swallowing pills, this is for you. It works fast. You can take it day or night, save a ton of money compared to the name brands. Blue Chew is an online prescription service. That means no doctor's office or waiting in line. You can talk to a licensed medical provider and get a prescription online, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package.
You know I love the Blue Chew, made in the USA, ships right to your door. Special offer for the gays. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use promo code Tuesdays. Just pay $5 in shipping. Again, that's BLUE Chew.com. Promo code Tuesdays. Try it free. Get that dong up and working.
Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Tuesdays with Stories. We are coming to you live from Greenwich Village, New York City, the hottest city in town. Come down and get your free Pepsi.
All right, free Pepsi. When I was a kid, we used to drive to Florida. It was a big deal. And we'd go, and right when you hit Florida, you go to the Welcome Center, and you got free Cokes.
Oh, wow.
And it was so exciting. Like, oh, my God, we're getting a Coke.
Love a Coke. Well, I told you when I was in Harlem, our refrigerator broke. And so I told the landlord, Mary, who was about 125 years old.
Sure.
And
Mary.
I said, oh, Mary. I said, hey, Mary, hey, Mare, the refrigerator broke. And she went, oh, y'all want to put your Cokes in my fridge? And I said,
this
no.
Is in Harlem?
This is in Harlem.
Sounds like Kentucky.
Well, whatever. Is that not good, Black?
Oh, I thought that was like a southern old cunt, like a Kentucky Fried Coos.
Well, sometimes Black and Southern is similar, right?
Sure, but Harlem is, that's a thick New York.
Y'all want to put my Cokes in the fridge? I can't. I feel like this is going to get ugly if I keep trying.
Yeah, you're going Gone with the Wind here.
Shit. Y'all want to put your Cokes in my fridge?
Damn, girl. Yeah.
It was some kind of accent. I've never gotten any accent right, other than maybe an Irish occasionally if I sing it.
Irish is hard.
Ah, you fucking bloody Mick. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about with your tiny dick.
That's pretty good. I heard a little Scottish in there.
Yeah, it was a little.
Who's counting?
You know what I got to do? If I can sing it a little bit. I remember Dublin City in the rare old times.
That's good. I want to. What is it? Cask and ale?
Cask and flagon?
Yes.
That's a bar.
God hates flagon. But. Yeah, I don't know. I remember the Coke pretty well. Harlem fridge, and you just gave up soda.
What's that you said?
You didn't just give up soda.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant Dan Soder. I'm like, I talk to him occasionally, but...
Yeah, well, he's bad for you.
No, I gave it up. Toot Sweet, Smack Dab, Cold Shoulder,
Yep.
Brown Turkey, because I had the reflux issue, and they said, Coke is a thing, so I just... cut it out about 2.5 years ago. I went to John Mellencamp at the Beacon Theater, and that was my last Coke.
Wow. Good way to go out. Oh, geez.
Yeah, here comes the goddamn cat.
Out.
This cat.
Okay, cat
Watch
here.
this. I'll get it to come over here with the condensation.
Well, wait. He loves liquids. He's a real cum guzzler.
Well, he'd love my mother's pussy in the 80s.
Sure. Those were the good wet years.
Oh, he spotted it. Look at this.
He loves condensation.
But he's moved on. Oh, now we go.
I gave him an ice cube, and he really lapped it up.
Do you ever trim the whiskers? Because the whiskers are longer than my cock on my best birthday.
They're out of control. It's a problem. He's a little disheveled. We've trimmed other things, but the whiskers, they say if you cut them, it throws them off. They're like, because they actually balance you.
I've heard that, yes. If you did, and the eyebrow hair, look at those things.
Look at that. It's like an old man in a home.
Trying to send back soup in a deli. I mean,
The sea was angry that day. My friend.
sorry, I went sip and you went text,
Oh,
so we
sorry,
hit some dead
sorry.
air there. I feel like everybody. Isn't it fun? You can kind of fuck with people. It's like Andy Kaufman and shit, where like everybody was just tapping their headphones for a second. Like every single person listening just was
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit, something happened."
I
But
don't know.
really-
It wasn't that long, was it?
That was a good, but you know, you and I, it's like
Sure.
Machine Gun Tits.
I
So-
love Machine Gun. Great band.
So even just one Mississippi, they're all going, up, fuck. Because I have it when I listen to podcasts, sometimes, anytime there's a lull, I'm like, yeah, here it goes. Because you always have that thing where you're like,
That's
everything's
true.
about to go wrong.
That's true,
So
yeah.
as soon as there's a lull, I'm like, my headphones are broken, my mother hates me, my father's got a huge cock, you
Yeah.
know, my sister's black.
I'm the same way because it always snaps. You ever have it just turns pause and you're like, it just pauses on you and you go, oh, and then you got to hit the play again. Like I didn't hit pause. I think those AirPods, they get a little wonky because you tap them and they go classical, rock, rap, reggae, gay porn.
What's with the tap? I've tapped by accident because
Yes.
it's loose, so I push it in, and the phone call hangs up.
I know.
And then they're like, I was in the middle of a sentence, you hung up on me, and I was like, I tapped my ear, I'm sorry.
It's the pod. They're too It's all new. It's new technology. So we're all queefing all over it. We got to figure it out. At one point, I'm sure this guy, you know,
Rotary.
where you just hit it. Like in the Lassie
Touch tone.
days. You know those where you just go, operator, and you just hit it?
Oh, that thing?
Well,
what are you talking about?
What am I talking about? You know,
Hit it
you
and
just
quit
kind of
it?
you crank it.
The rotary.
Not even a rotary was the
Phonograph?
number, and you put your finger in like a clit.
Yeah.
This was like you just
Oh.
you row it or you crank it,
It's like a...
and then you pick it up, and then it talks.
And then they used to have to plug in the things. They'd be like,
Yes.
plug me into 27.
Yeah, how did that? And they had the lady do it with a cigarette and a visor.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, phone numbers are wacky. Because you watch The Godfather, he's like, give me Long Beach 598. And then it's just like the town and a couple numbers. And I remember, I've said this before, when I started comedy, I started so long ago, I got 7-digit numbers in my phone.
Whoa.
Back then, you could dial 7 digits. You didn't need an area code.
Oh, how about this? How about this one? Can I make a call? Long distance? Remember that?
Oh,
wait.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
going to cost me 12 cents.
It's local. What was the opposite of long distance?
Local.
No.
Local.
Was it local?
I think it was local.
I don't know if it was local.
I think it was
It's
local.
Close range.
Local call?
Is it local? Yeah, it's a local.
It's a local call.
It's a local. Yeah. Boy, you still got a little moisture in your cock. Oh no.
Isn't that crazy that I was on death's door? I mean, I could barely move. I couldn't think. My eyeballs hurt. My dick hurt. My pussy hurt. And now I'm at like 98%.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You're working it. But no one seemed to mind that we did the.
I read a few like fuck the split screen. I'm like, well, next time we just won't do it then. How about that, dickless?
Yeah, I didn't see any. I didn't get any backlash. But the people that complain, I think I've already blocked or they hate me or whatever.
There you go. That's the way to do it. But you can't please everyone and you can't please yourself,
No, you can't.
according to the Catholic Church.
You know what I was talking about earlier? Oh shit! Well, that
I
cut
had
me off.
nothing.
I've never liked this. How do you feel about this? Jokes where you refer to masturbation as sex, but alone, where you're like this, or someone's like, I had sex. Yeah, alone. I've always been like, well, that doesn't really make sense. It's not sex.
I'm so with you.
Like, there's a million jokes like that. Yeah, I've had sex a bunch. I bet you were alone. Where I'm like, well, that's not
Yes,
sex.
That's not sex.
I don't get it. It's such a stretch.
It's a stretch. It's like when people go fuck yourself, and they go, I do it every night, and you're like, but you
Exactly.
didn't fuck yourself. You just jerked off.
Exactly.
I'm
so
with
you see my point.
I see the point.
You
I
always
also
see my point.
I also dislike that joke. There's a lot of jokes I dislike. You know which one I dislike? And this I might be stepping on your
Oh, boy.
balls here.
I'm nervous.
When they go, and it's just done to death.
God.
We got the joke. It's
Oh,
so
no.
repetitive when they go, I had a horrible experience at the drugstore. Not going to say which one. CVS.
Oh yeah,
Everybody does
but
that.
it rhymes with tight aid.
Yes,
and you're like, oh,
yes,
gotcha,
exactly.
okay.
We got that joke. 88.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yep. We'll just call it GVH or whatever. That's a bad example, but you know what I mean. They do a
GVH.
thing. Yeah,
I
I'm saying
see,
instead
I
of
see.
CVS, they go,
Yeah.
yeah, TV.
I don't know why I hate that joke. It's just such a lazy misdirect. I said I'm not going to say it, but I said it. Whoa.
We did. I went to Royersford with J.P. McDade, jalapeno poppers McDade, and Steve Rogers, big
Sure.
dick,
Huge
huge cock, and Sarah Talamash. By the way, rude awakening. I've been going down to Royersford, bringing Louie with me, and it's just that there's people are sitting up in the rafters, and it's packed, and there's a line. It looked like, the fucking funeral scene in The Godfather. There's cars everywhere and backing up trucks, and they got the orange lights and the boop, boop, boop.
Right.
Yeah, people on the shoulders, and I go, I'm coming down.
Yep.
Special guest, but not a special guest.
Sure,
And
no special needs.
boy, oh boy. Well, Rogers was there, but my
True.
God, I mean, we're talking 38 people spread out.
Oh, you hate
And
to
they
see
were
it.
nice. They were nice. I appreciate you guys coming. A lot of gays, but
That's a big dome.
yeah, it's a hell of a dome.
Yeah.
And before I was bringing Louis, he's giving me those big Ed McMahon checks. They were like the huge box.
They publish a clearinghouse.
And then I'm giving people, I'm a socialist, so I'm going, hey, there you go, hey, Isabel, here's $900. Hey, Rogers, there's 800. And I got you ever get this? When someone goes, I think this is a mistake, and you go,
Yes!
that's no mistake, buddy boy.
That's
Enjoy
big.
it. And
Love
then
it.
This time I had to be like, hey, JP, I'm giving you $28 and a hand job on the way home.
You're like, Rogers, can I borrow 40? Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, pal. So I gave them each $25. I made 60, and I got the hell out of there.
That's a long ride home. You're not getting home before 1. It's impossible.
No, we hustled. We went to the ice cream place. They're out of chocolate chip. They don't carry the chocolate chip anymore.
You're coming to join you.
It's
It's brutal. And can I just side note, Big Dick Rogers, I don't know if we cemented it or if you blew him or what, but everywhere that kid goes, at least from what I've seen, he walks into, Wegmans, and they go, Big Dick Rogers. That guy, every entrance to any venue, it's Big Dick Rogers, huge cock. How you looking at that hog there, sloppy jalopy? I mean, you need a wheelbarrow for that thing? Everywhere.
He worked at Wegmans,
No way.
He was a Wegmans guy. He taught me about the cookie. But everyone keeps getting the wrong cookie at Wegmans.
What's
it's
that?
the sandwich cookie. You got to go. They get
Sandwich
the big
cookie. That's the two different things. I'm confused.
They have the special cookie. I've talked about the Wegmans cookie, and I feel bad. First of all, Steve Rogers, the nicest guy in the history of the
Sure,
planet.
sweet kid.
2 huge social faux pas ever. One was we're at Royersford, and some guy, all we ever talk about is the Wegmans cookie, the greatest
Okay.
chocolate chip cookie in history.
That's what I keep hearing. Never had it.
So a guy, out of the kindness of his own asshole, went out and bought a tub of cookies from Wegmans.
Ah, a gay?
Now, a Tuesday.
Yeah,
so now,
Tuesday.
but he doesn't know there's a special cookie. They have cookies they make in their own bakery, but then there's like the sandwich deli cookie. They have a sandwich shop
Okay.
in Wegmans.
Got it.
And those are the cookies. They're individually wrapped, and they're like this special kind of cookie. It's the best cookie ever. It's better than
It's better than the Wegman.
it's a Wegman
Deli.
sandwich deli cookie.
I see.
And it's just unbelievable. But they have other cookies over here in the
over
cookie
there.
section.
Aha.
So this gentleman brought us a big tin of very good cookies, but
Okay.
not the Wegman cookie.
Ah, that hurts.
So he hands it to us and goes, there it is. I went and got you the cookies, Tuesdays for life. And Steve Big Dick Rogers just goes, these are the wrong cookies.
Oh!
And I go, what are you doing? What? Of course they're the wrong cookies. He doesn't know what he's doing. He bought us some
Yes.
garbage that we have to pretend to like now. But can you just let him walk away?
Yes, it's the thought, you queef. Let him have it.
He thought, just let him go, and then we throw him in the dumpster.
Of course.
And go get some real cookies.
Like a newborn.
But Rogers just throws it out there. And faux pas number 2, this is a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
Rick Rogers, his dad, one of my favorite guys. This
Big Rick
guy's
Rogers.
Big Dick and Big Rick.
Yeah.
So Big Rick is sitting there, and the name spaces. This is at Buffalo Helium 48 years ago.
Sure.
And so I go, hey, what's your old man's name again? And he goes, Rick.
Ah,
It's Rick Rogers. That's his
come
name. And I go,
on.
what are you doing? I've known him 6 months. I'm supposed to know the name. Don't you see what I'm doing?
I'm so with you here. Maybe it's a thing we have because we want everything to run smoothly. We don't want anybody to get hurt. We don't want anybody to get upset. So, like, even today, I'm at this thing with Netflix, and, like, one guy will make a joke, and I just go, oh, yeah. And one guy goes, what does that mean? I'm like, just go with it. Now the guy's upset. Now he's got to explain it. I just go with it. I don't want to make waves.
Just go. I hate a wave, except for the ocean. It heals, but
Sure.
we've all done it before. But my God,
Yeah. Come on. That's a twofer right there.
Twofer Sullivan. Who the fuck's Twofer? I was thinking of Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer.
But I went with
that's not bad.
Twofer Sullivan.
That's not bad.
That's
Okay.
a guy from Charlestown.
Look at the foot on that thing. That's all foot.
Pause.
Yeah, take pause.
Hit the pause button. Let me tell you this real quick.
Yeah, so Royersford was a lightly attended but fun.
Good time, great trip. JP's real funny guy. And
Yeah,
he's
tall.
9 feet, 4 inches tall, very
couple
funny.
jizz.
Great hang. Oh, this is what made me think of Royersford, because we were talking about the pet peeves. We did, on the way home, we were like, what's some comedy pet peeves? And then we just all went off on all the hack
love
shit,
it.
the annoying shit, the little things you hate.
Love it.
And it went on for about 2 straight hours.
Yeah. I got others, but we'll keep going.
Of course. But then Sarah and I were talking later. You always have to be conscious of the other people's acts in the car,
Exactly,
because you're like, I'll
exactly.
tell you what I hate. Here's the one I hate. Number one. You know what? Forget it.
Exactly.
Kind of forgot about it. So.
Yes, dead on. I was even worried with the CVS thing. I was like, does he have that? But even Mulaney's got one of those, and he's
geez.
great.
I had a weird thing recently where we were talking about. It was quite a star-studded event. It was Gary Gulman, Colin Quinn, John Mulaney, myself.
Where was this?
This was at the Cellar.
This is like the Great Whites.
Yeah, it was quite an evening. And so we're all talking, and I was telling some stories about when comedians talk about how someone stole their joke, and then you're like, oh, man, that's crazy. Tell me about it. And then they tell you a premise that you're like,
Oh, that's funny.
stolen? What are you, insane?
That's been done.
And so...
It's like a Bob Hope.
And it's just a premise of like, oh, so my bit is I stepped in dog shit and said, where's the dog shit? Or whatever. I can't think of it, but it was like
Sure.
something that you're like, the premise, he's like, that guy stole my bit. What's the bit? It was about how awkward it is to buy condoms. And you're like, what are you, crazy?
Yes.
But anyway, so I did that. And then one of these acts, I don't want to say which one, did a joke very similar to an old joke of mine, but I was too self-conscious to say something because we had just had that conversation.
Oh, right.
So it's just out there. And it's one of those things where I don't care because it was on my Netflix special.
So you got it on wax.
Yeah, so I don't care, but I know they probably want to know.
Of course.
So at least you put the ball in their court. Just like, hey, I don't care. I don't, it's over for
Yeah.
me. But just so you know, like, that bit does exist here.
Right.
But it was so uncomfortable because we had all been talking about how annoying it is when people say, hey, I did that bit.
Yeah, now they're like, geez, Joe's obsessed with stealing jokes.
Yeah, so I got to just go, all right, well, I'll say it some other day, I guess.
That is tough. That's a tough one. There's a lot of those, and I've definitely put my own foot in my cunt before. So I'm scared to talk around a lot of people sometimes now. I got to be real close.
Uh-huh.
Because I've had people pull me aside and go, you said this, and his wife died of AIDS, and you made 8 AIDS stuff. Like, shit, I didn't know that.
Oh, those are the worst.
Oh, I've been in that so many times. I can't tell you, because I'll do the whole gamut: cancer, AIDS, miscarriage, pregnant, abortion, Ku Klux Klan, you name it. And then I hit somebody's bullseye. I'll tell you that.
I'm just thinking about my old roommate when you're like, what's up with the Samoan?
No.
And he was right there. He just had a sheet for a door. I don't think he could hear you.
Well, I was really tuned up too.
Yeah, that was back in the
point out.
The good old days.
Yeah,
Those were some days.
Speaking of good old days, can I tell you I had the best comedy weekend I've ever had in my life this last weekend.
I can't wait to hear about it. I've been dying to hear about it. I checked in a couple times, but I need you to just take both fists and shove them right up my asshole and then spread them and clap.
I'll keep it tight and I'll keep it action-packed, but you got to remember, okay, let's set the table here. Knives, spoons, forks, napkin, plate, wine glass. I'm sick. You saw me. You're like, I'm not coming over there. You heard the cough. It was gurgly. It was phlegmy. It was gross.
Moist.
Yes. And I said, okay, I have this big weekend. We sold out 7 shows, almost 8. 8 and, whatever. 7 whatever.
7 and change.
Thank you. It's like when they go, hey, he's a $1.50 soaking wet.
I hate the soaking wet.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
get
like
the
soaking wet.
No, I don't care for it.
I don't mind. So what do you not like about soaking
Well,
wet?
it's just been around forever, the soaking wet. I heard it in the 80s.
Yeah.
I hate 5 foot nothing because that's from Rudy, and then people just kept doing it as though it's not just a line from Rudy. He's 5 nothing.
Right. I've gotten 5 foot nothing. Kevin Brennan said I was 5 foot nothing.
100 and nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All
I don't
right.
care for it.
What about how about this is a weird one. He's 50 if he was a day.
Yeah, I never understood
I never
that.
got that one either.
10 stories high if he was a foot.
That was it. Yeah.
I like that one, though.
That one's funny.
Yeah.
But, all right. I think that's actually making fun of the other ones.
Right.
But, okay, so I'm sick. I'm going into this amazing weekend. I got the Murph dog, Sean Murphy, one of the best features I've ever worked with. I hate to say it because now 8 guys are going, ah. But this guy is just a murdering machine. Great bits, original, funny, good guy, low maintenance. He's every box checked. Good dude. Looks like your stunt double.
Oh, boy.
Not you, but stunt.
Jeez.
Stunt. The stunt is always uglier.
All right. Stunt my growth.
And I got Umar Khan hosting. Great guy, great comic. Kid runs Baltimore. He's Pakistani.
Woo.
And we just had one of those weekends, but it was like, all right, I'm sick, but I love Philly. It's like one of my favorite, probably is the favorite club. So you want to get after it, but then you got the Netflix in a week.
I know.
I'm literally shooting tomorrow.
Ooh,
isn't that crazy?
It's wild.
Yeah, I was there all day doing bullshit production.
It's
but
still not 100%.
Still not?
Yeah.
98 probably. My battery is charging. I'm almost there.
Yep.
So I go, all right, I can't drink, no booze, which is so hard, and no staying out late and get sleep and kill the shows and work on your act. So I got to tell you, sober, I've never done a weekend sober in my life, I don't think. It was fun.
Oh, it's good fun. You're present.
You're present.
Oh, yeah.
Because what happens is you end up drinking, and then the next day you're fighting the tiredness, the hangover, and just trying to get through the set so you can drink again. So you're actually not really focusing.
Yeah, it's no good. You feel like shit, and then the shows are in the way.
Yes.
You're like, I got this dumb show. I hate a show because I want to drink 78 fucking cocktails.
Right. And then you're doing that thing where you're mapping it out, like, all right, we got 2 shows tonight. So the first show I'll have 1. Then by the second show I'll have another. And now after the show I'll be buzzed.
Yeah, like I'll go up with a full beer. I'll drink the first beer and then have a beer in between. And then the second show, I'll do a shot before and a shot on stage.
Yeah,
and then you're like, okay, that'll get me pretty good. And I won't ruin the show that way.
I thought I was the only one, so that's nice to hear. Yeah, you don't want to ruin the show, but you want to get through the show. Then you want to black out by 1. Bars are closing, whatever it is. So don't drink, and you're so present, but I'm still yakking and coughing and hocking up shit. Shit's coming out of my nose. I felt bad because these poor guys are watching me like, I'm so sorry. I'm that guy in the green room, just, the napkins doing one of these. And I'm that guy all weekend, but there was a buzz in the air because the shows were sold out. It's gays, it's fans, it's comedy people, it's Philly, and I got this Netflix thing, so they're all going, what are you closing on? You close on this? How's it? And it turned into this joke lab. And it was this great weekend. We're tinkering. And I'm like, I want to call back here, but I can't think of what to do. That one joke about the black kid as the callback. And I'm like, I'll try it. Tried it. Didn't work. I got an idea. And then I would try, and we finally got it.
God, this is like a dream come true. This is the fun. I love a joke lab.
It was a joke lab. It felt like the scene in Seinfeld where they're like, no, and he passes the note, and they got the montage music.
I got it.
Yeah, so it was just that leading up, and we're like, this is the 6th show. We got 2 more. So then I'd go to bed and think about it, and Murphy's text me at 1. I think I got something here. And then I go, let me write that down. So then I'm doing it in my room the next day.
Murphy's Law.
Yes, Murphy's Law.
Murphy Brown.
Yes, Murphy Brown.
Murphy Bed.
Yes, Murphy Bed.
Dropkick Murphy.
I'm out. All right, so just a great time, and just every day I'm getting a little less sick, and we're just having these killer shows. Thursday's great, Friday's great. Now here comes Saturday.
Here comes Saturday, right down Saturday fag.
So well, here comes Saturday. First show, it's one of those things where Umar gets off. They're good, not as good as last night, but good. Then
sure.
Murphy gets off. He goes, they're a little chatty, but they're good. But this guy's drunk on the right. So they're always giving you these tips. So I go out there. Norman, Tuesday, queef it up, praise Allah. All right, comedy. All right. Then I'm doing all these jokes, whatever. And one guy goes, what about the Jews? And this guy, big white motherfucker, goes, fuck them. And now the place is in a hootenanny. It's a whole rigmarole.
Oh boy.
So then, how about this? The waiter goes over there and he goes, "Hey man, that ain't cool. He's a Jew."
Whoa.
So then they throw him out. He goes, well, you heard what I said or whatever. So now they go melee and you see the whole thing. And then the big black guy comes in and he's doing this shit. They pull him outside and they go at it outside. And then the guy breaks down. He's like, I'm a plumber. I didn't work the whole pandemic. I finally got to come out. This is my first night out. I went a little too hard. And he starts weeping on the sidewalk.
Oh, my God.
It was insane.
And then sidewalk weep.
A sidewalk weep. And then an SWW. So then the bouncer comes in and he tells us the whole story, and then he breaks down. He's like, it's hard out here. I don't care if you call me the N-word. I get it. We're all trying to have fun. We're like, that's good to know. So he comes in, and then he tells his whole story. It's one of those things. It was like 20 minutes. He leaves, and we're all like, that was excessive, huh?
Wow. What is he, the Dalai Lama? He doesn't care if he gets called
That's
the
what I
N-word?
said. He was like this peaceful, wise, old bouncer. He's like, I've been through some shit. I've had 8 wives. My son's gay. I'm black. Whatever. He's like 80 feet tall. He's a huge black guy.
Wow.
And then he leaves. And I'm like, all right, I got to tip him. And then the waiter comes in. I'm like, what happened? They're like, oh, that guy was fucking nuts. They threw him out. He was on opioids. It was a whole thing.
Now, was the guy a bigot, or was he just trying to be funny? Or
I think he was trying to be funny. The girl he was with, she was like some trashy lady. She's like walking. She goes, he's not racist. I'm half Jewish. You know, she's some Philly coos. And they throw her out with him. They throw the whole trash out for Monday. And it was just a wild night. And since I was sick, I couldn't go out there. I couldn't do a meet and greet. I was like, I feel weird about it. I feel weird selling shirts. So I just stayed in that green room, and boy, it's warm in that cocoon. Isn't
It's
it?
nice. Yeah.
It's so nice.
I think the same thing. I feel like you come off stage and it's great shows and you want to say hello because
Yes.
it's fun and it's nice and you like to take photos and people say nice things. Sometimes they give us gifts, which is amazing.
Sure.
But it is easier to just be like, woo, and lay in the back. You wish there could be like a half hour between. Where like you do the
Right.
show and then you come down, you're thinking about this bit and that bit. I don't know about you, but my back is sore after. I
Interesting.
carry the
No, I don't have
the
that.
stress in my back because I'm tight and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Look at this guy.
Interesting.
And afterwards, I'm like, oh my God. And then you got to go right out there.
Yes.
Which is even more stressful because there's a lot of fucking numbskulls. Our fans are so nice.
Yes.
They go, I'm a huge gay. Tell Mark to blow me. Here's a gift card.
Right.
But then it's the non-fans.
Yeah,
You
they're
wish they
drunk.
could just be a thing. So you're standing out there and they go, you should keep it up or whatever. Or like, that was pretty
Right.
funny.
Yeah.
And
so
you're like, okay, thanks, sorry.
one of those. We saw a guy here last week. He was a little better. What was his name? Harlan Williams. Man, he was amazing. You were all right. We saw Harlan Williams. Oh my God. I was like, all right, we got it. And you got to sit there going, or else they go, this guy's a dick. We met him once. He was a cunt. We called him a fag, and then he yelled at us. What's his problem?
Any slight teeterage from Smile, and they're like, whoa, sorry, Mr. Famous. I
Yeah,
didn't know you were a thing. And I'm like, no, it's just,
Exactly.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, they take it out of you.
And then some will sit there for like 8 minutes, and you can see other people lined up waiting, and you have to kind of be like, there's other people.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know you were a big Mr. Big Shot, so you got to go wait for your fans. And I'm like, I just want to say hello. They're standing here trying to say hello.
Yeah, there's 48 people waiting patiently, and the other line is forming for the next show. So it's not all about you there. It's the same guy with the overhead. You know, he's taking the whole plane is waiting, and he's going, let me get that wheel over, cock 1 inch over here.
Hey, the 1 inch cock. I have one in my pants right now.
Irish curse. So just a great weekend, and then we got 2 shows on Sunday. Now, I don't want to get too in the weeds here comedically, but just all great weekends, getting good sleep, taking some drugs, really snoozing. I'm sleeping to like 1. I mean, when's the last time you slept to 1?
I mean, 1975.
Yeah, same here. I never sleep. I'm just soaking it in. And Sunday comes around. Now you've done 6 hours under your belt. Tweaking, twerking, twooking. And then I don't know what kicked in, but I walked out. Mark Norman, you walk out there. Woo! I was just in it. I had the best set I've ever had in my entire life.
Wow. Sunday?
It felt Sunday first show. I was surfing. It was the wave. I was in the zone. I was riffing. I would go on like a 5-minute tear, and it would be hitting, and I got it all on audio.
Wow, that's a good feeling.
Oh man, all those thoughts you had, I just went off on like canceling and this, and just it was all working, and it was like a therapy thing, and the bits were working, and I tied it all back in, and it was no fear. I had no fear because I had done 6 hours, and you're almost like sick of it. You're like, I don't even want to really be here. So then you have no inhibition.
No inhibition. It's all about reps. I mean, that's the thing.
Yes.
I remember, end of 2019, I did 20 straight weeks in a row on the road. It's like
Right.
you go back, and then it becomes nothing.
Nothing.
That thing of like, hey, can you go do 50 minutes? Yeah, I'll be right back. Hold on. And then you just start, you're so loose, you know it so well. It's like the thing with like, they say about acting. You got to memorize your lines and then forget them.
Right.
So that way it's like, you know them, but you're not remembering them being like, the cat jumped over the asshole. You're just like, hey, the cat jumped up my asshole, you
Yeah.
dirty motherfucker. And then
Right.
people are like, oh my God.
Yes,
Not
so
a perfect
true.
analogy, but you see what I mean.
Great way to put it. It's the rep because it's got to be second nature. And then when it's second nature, you're not thinking about it. So you can think about other shit and you're just zooming. You're in the zone. You're queefing. You're quaffing. And the audience was with it. And I had a camera guy there. You got to film everything. And the camera guy, Eric Mann, came in and he goes, he was like, that was something. That was really special because there's a vibe. I don't want to get spiritual and cunty here, but the crowd is in it. You're in it. It's like this unit. You're all one somehow. It's very like Buddhist-y, Thich Nhat.
It's organic.
Dick. There you go.
It's
like
organic.
salmon.
I love the second nature. I hate first nature.
Yes.
Anything first nature sucks.
You don't hear about first.
No, first nature blows, but second nature, very good.
Yeah.
But man, that is a great feeling. I mean, it's such a special weekend. And I texted you, but Netflix special is very exciting. And I
Yes.
can't wait to see it.
Yes.
But there's a lot of shitty Netflix specials.
Oh, yeah.
There's not many people adding shows at comedy clubs. Yeah, we sold out. We got to add another show. We sold that out. We got to add another show. That is a
Interesting.
bigger accomplishment than Netflix. Because Netflix, they go, all right, well, we got to meet some quota, get this person. That person seems nice. That person's okay.
Yep.
Not to take from the Netflix. I'm proud to be on Netflix. I'm proud of you to be on Netflix.
I get it.
But the selling out all the shows, that's special. And we have a story that we always share about a comic that ended up being huge, who sold out the very same club, added shows, and he says, he's like, that was the moment.
Right.
I sold out Philly Helium, added shows, and sold every ticket. And
Right.
after that, it was so. You're going to have a shitty year in about 6 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be really bad.
Well, I'll enjoy the 6, but this is what's great about you, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Don't worry, it's a fake plant.
Okay.
I love fake plants, but I had a fake tree my whole life on Christmas. Says a lot about me. But
Fake plastic
you can
love.
see through the shit. You're good. You not see through the shit, but you have a good. Everybody goes Netflix. That's the top. Garden. That's it. But you see, no, that's the top. You don't get swayed by the smoke.
Well, that's big. I mean, because that's people going, hey, here's my money. Let me get in to see that normally.
Right.
This is some asshole in a suit. Well, nice people. I appreciate Netflix. I wouldn't mind being on again. But that's a guy going, you know what? We'd like to be in business. We'd like to be in the Mark Norman business.
Right.
These are people that just finished cleaning shit out of a pipe toilet going, hey, here's $20. Let me go see Mark. I want to yell about the Jews in the back.
Exactly, and boy did they. So you got a point. You're right. You got a good head up there on that big swiveling lanky bag of skeletons.
Well, I've lived, I've
Yep,
really
yep.
lived. I've been out there. I've been over and out. Speaking of living, we got a couple sponsors, as you folks know.
You got that right.
One of them is Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Sheath Underwear. That's right. That's a sexy pair of underwear. I think I'm wearing the exact pair right now. We love Sheath underwear. The stuff is so silky. It's silky
yeah.
smooth. It's like that black nylon. I don't know
Yes.
nothing about anything, but it's a nylon-y feel. They keep your ball bag and your penis separate. It feels so good to pull it out of there.
Yes.
They are by far my favorite underwear. I like the little design. It's sexy. I feel like I look good in them. My wife
Yes.
sees them. She's like, yes, she's turned on. She's got a sports bra from them. I absolutely love them. The idea for Sheath came from its founder, U.S. Army soldier Robert Bobby Patton, during his second tour in Iraq. You can support this awesome veteran-owned company whose founder is a Tuesday himself and a huge comedy fan. Tell him how to do it, Marcus.
Wearing them right now. Love them. They're somehow tight and loose at the same time. They're very good. Sexy. They look great. Go to sheathunderwear.com and order with promo code Tuesdays to get 20% off your first order, and Sheath Underwear's 100% money-back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code Tuesdays. Get Sheath Underwear and let them support your balls. Get on it, folks. Thank you.
Yes.
So I'll wrap the whole thing up, but Murph Dog at one point, just greatest guy. I'm going to try to get him in the cellar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's earned it. And
He lives in New York?
Yeah, Queens. I know he can't catch a goddamn break. But he's a club guy. I don't know if he's bouncing around these bar shows. I'm sure he would, but I don't really know if he is. But he goes, okay, we got 2 Sunday shows, but you're headlining. So while you're on stage, I'm gonna hightail out of here and get on that midnight train to Georgia back to the city. And I went, whoa, there's a Sunday train. I'm on the Monday at 11. And he goes, yeah. And I go, well, I'm getting on that. He's like, you're not going to make it because the show's at 10:30, whatever. And he's like, I'll make it because I could run out, but you got to do an hour after me.
Right.
So I was like, shit. So I look into it, and I go, I think I'm going to try it. We get off stage. We plan the whole thing out. The guy gives me the check right when I get off. He's got a car waiting. We jump in the car. We get there. We make it. Train's delayed.
Ooh, that seems good.
I guess, but it was delayed by like an hour and change. So now it's like a 1-something train. So now we don't get home till 3:30. He's like, all right, I'm going to take the train to Queens now. And I'm like, oh, this train was it's a derelicts and weirdos. You know, the night train is a different beast.
I'm on a night train.
Yeah, it was. Everybody's got their pillow. It's like fat people with their pillow. They hog both seats, and then you're walking down, you got your suitcase, you feel like a little kid. It's dark, the people snoring, the baby crying in the distance. Like some Spanish is yelling over there, and you're like, God, I can't get a seat. And then the guy goes, folks, this is a sold-out train. You got to move those pillows, you got to move those bags. And they all go, God. And then I sit next to some guy, he's like, God.
That sounds awful.
And then you can hear the ranchero in the headphone. Like, how loud do you need it? And he's doing this shit.
I hate that. The music through the thing because it's just subtle and you just want to tap it like we talked about earlier, so it goes dead for a second.
I know you want to tune it out, and even my AirPods they go and they suck out a lot of noise, but I can still hear it. That's how loud they were. And one lady's like tick, 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 yelling, and he goes, he like gestures at her like fuck you, and then he laughs. And I was like, man, this guy's no joke, so I don't want to mess with him. But I'm just sitting there, and me and Murphy, he's next to me, and we're texting, what about this for the closer? What about that for the closer? We're still going at it.
Still noodling.
Yeah, I was annoying. I was really bothering the guy, I'm sure. But we get to Penn Station, we get out, and it's it's like a casino. It's just limping and amputees and hobos and ashy. And eventually, we get up to the roof, or the flat level, what do you call that? The ground?
The platform.
Thank you. And he goes, I'm going to take the train. I go, dude, it's like 4 a.m. You're not going to get a train. He's like, I'll probably get home at about 6. And I'm like, take some money. Get an Uber. So he took some cash. He got an Uber, thank God. And I go, do you have that train app? We look to see when the next train is. 3 minutes. I go, I can make it. The A train. I run downstairs. I miss it. I miss it. It's 25 minutes till the next one. And I waited.
You can't walk. You should walk.
I guess I should.
But then you can't walk up 6th Avenue anymore.
Not
If the
anymore.
sun goes down, forget about it. It's like fucking hell's asshole over here.
It is. It's Satan's taint. And I had a bag. I got a laptop. I got a Zoom. I got a dildo. I couldn't do it. So I just waited the 25. And IT goes, oh, I'm already in bed, you fat bitch. And I'm like, damn.
Well, how about this? Speaking of how it's crazy out in the streets, you remember my Austin story from just a few weeks ago where the guys got in my face, the 2 guys, and I had to run? Mm-hmm. Well, you're not going to believe this.
Uh-oh.
It happened again. I'm a nerd. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm a cuck. Something's wrong with me. I don't know what's going on. But the problem is I keep going for strolls everywhere because I like to stroll.
I like to stroll too. I love a stroll. Underrated.
I'm all stroll. I got 9-foot legs. It takes me 6 paces to go 100 yards.
Yeah. You're on a stroll.
It feels, tick not on, and I like to have a mindful walk. So I was in Salt Lake City this weekend, finally. I mean, I was supposed to book like 2 years ago in March of '87, and then they moved it because of COVID, and then another COVID. Remember, I was supposed to be there in October. You saw the poster, and he was like, what? I thought he canceled, whatever.
I drew on it.
Finally got there, and you drew more than I did. There was nobody at these shows, but I got down there. Just kidding. It was a good crowds all weekend. Finally got to Salt Lake City, but can I just say this? I might hurt some feelings. Salt Lake City. I was on foot, and I was by myself, but not impressive.
It's a little methy, and it's a little dull.
Very dull.
It's bland.
If you had a car, you can go to Park City or the mountains or hike, or I'm sure there's a neighborhood.
Right.
There's like a neighborhood where you're like, we got the used clothes or the weird glasses or whatever.
Yes.
The records. But walking downtown, I was like, here we go. I can't wait to take a bite of the city. Karl Malone and John Stockton. And
Sure. The Jazz.
Yeah, whoever else.
The Jizz.
New Orleans. So I walk around and I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But I was texting you a bit. You forget how much I love the road because I hate traveling. I hate flying. That whole thing, it all sucks. But once you're there, you get the hotel, the pool, you work, you write, you meditate, you watch TV because there's less options. At home, You got Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Blockbuster Video, Stone Video. You got all the shit. But on the road, you're like, hey, Saving Private Ryan's on. All right, great. That's the score. You
Back
know,
to the Future marathon. I'm in.
yeah. You're like, okay, perfect. Plus, you get the creams that you put on your dick.
The lotion.
The lotion
in
and
the basket.
No one's around, so you can really put on the weird porn.
Yes.
Stick the lube up your ass, the
Yes.
remote in your taint.
Sure.
So it's a good time, but Sunday afternoon, I booked a later flight because it was $400 cheaper
Yep.
to fly out at 2:30. So there was an IHOP, and I was like, I'll run to the IHOP.
Okay.
I run to IHOP.
I
It was
get
like
it.
2 miles. So I run, have a nice run, and these downtowns everywhere else, you forget, because I grew up in Boston, which is like just a great city, New York. A lot of these cities, the weekend, there's nobody there.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing.
Not in the
It's
downtown.
it's a workplace, yeah.
Right. CBD.
So I run to IHOP, I have my breakfast. Then there's a Starbucks like 100 yards down. I go there, I have a coffee, and I'm like, I'll take an Uber back because I got to go to the airport soon. But I was like, nah, I got to make a couple phone calls. I'll walk, I'll make my phone calls.
Love a walk call phone.
It's Sunday, 11 o'clock, sunny day, perfect day. I'm on the phone with wonderful comedian Isabel Hagen. We're friends, we talk. I'm talking to her, and I go, yeah, just blah, 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 bullshitting. And I see one of these crazy fucking meth people.
Oh, boy.
And I go, just a heads up, I'm on the phone as though she's going to be able to do anything. And I go, just a heads up, there's a fucking crazy guy about to walk by. She goes, oh, all right, whatever. And I go, so anyways, I've been working on my anxiety and meditating. And the guy's like, you motherfucker, you're fucking crazy. And I go, geez, I'm like, can you hear that? And she's like, oh my God, I hear him. That's crazy. And he walks by. But now I'm just nervous. I'm triggered from Austin because of these fucking psychos there. And he's behind me now, so you don't want to look back, but he's still screaming and yelling.
Yeah.
But now I got my back to him, so I'm nervous, so I'm stiffed up. And then there's like a 7-Eleven over here, and there's a guy, a homeless tweakery guy, in front of the 7-Eleven. So I'm like, okay, he must have been yelling at that guy.
Uh-huh.
So they're yelling at each other. It's not about me.
Yeah.
Then here's a third guy, triangulation of fire.
Ah.
And this is a little guy, scraggly, all crazy, and he's got a
Interesting.
bike, but he's walking the bike, and he goes, hey, you fucking bitch. And I turned because I was like, he must be talking to him. And then I look back and he goes, no, you. Get over here, you fucking bitch. Come here.
Holy shit.
And I'm on the phone with, a friend, and I go, oh, I'm sorry. Woo! And someone had to listen to this. And she's like, are you okay? So I got in my ear, I got like, you want to call 911? What street are you on? I'll call 911.
Oh, no.
And I just took off, and I had a tea, and it was like spilling on my tits. And I was like, ah. And the guy's like, he goes, I fucking got you. I fucking got you. And I'm like, high step running.
Oh, my God. Was it hard to run with the dress?
It's so embarrassing.
Oh, my God.
I got clogs on, and I'm just going,
Oh,
and I
yikes.
ran like Scooby-Doo. It was like, and I took off, and I'm like, it's happening again. She's like, oh my God, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, I don't know. And the guy's going, fucking run, you bitch.
Oh, no.
You bitch. But I'm like, what else am I going to do? I can't be fighting all these street people.
Right,
And there was a
right.
triangulation of fire, and he's like, you fucking bitch. And he had a bike too, so I thought he might jump on the bike. So I'm like,
Oh,
I'm looking
right.
back, and I just booked it like a fucking fat asshole. I just had 3 waffles and 2 milkshakes.
With a whipped cream.
Oh, it was
man.
bad. So I'm spilling tea and puking waffles and ran around the corner. Now I'm like all out of breath. And I'm like, I'm sorry you had to see that. She's like, no, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. It was just some skinny crackhead. But I'm so jacked up and cracked up and crazy. Any point and yell, I just take off.
I mean, I get it, man. That you've been through some shit. You've seen some shit. I mean, I come home and I look under the bed. I look if my lady's out here and the place is dark. I'm like, somebody's in the closet. I mean, I grew up with that shit, so I'm still tortured.
It's harrowing, and people act like whatever. It's good. We need free
crazy
love and
guy.
space, and I'm like, these are fucking completely insane
Of
people.
course.
And the guy's like pointing at he's like, you fucking bitch, get over here, and starts like coming at you.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, what am I gonna do? Fucking throw him in a rear naked choke?
Yeah.
He's got AIDS and there's needles everywhere. He might have a shank or
And
whoever.
he bites you, and now you got saliva in there.
And even if you're fighting, I'm like, what am I? I'm just gonna punch you. I got bloody shit all over my tits.
And then you're like, oh, time for my JetBlue flight here.
Exactly. I got a shower and everything, so I'm like, I'll just get out of here. But I was like, whoa! And it's embarrassing. But at some point, I'm gonna get a gun and carry it on my hip like Wyatt Twerp.
I'm gonna I'm gonna buy you a little mace spray or something there.
It's crazy, and I got to do this as a bit because every time this happens, I'll run around the corner and I just see like some hipster in skinny jeans and a fedora off to the side, just walking up the street, holding hands with a woman, and I'm like, all right, maybe I'm a big fucking pussy.
Right.
Because I'm running, and then it's just like people with a record collection and a vegan sandwich.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I'm a fucking just a huge cunt.
You know what's interesting is that I get it. I get what you're going through, and then you always see some like 4-year-old Girl Scout selling cookies. I'm like, she's about to get her ass kicked, but you let it happen.
I know.
But,
like, what are you insane?
I know, but I've seen those guys do that shit, like, you fucking, I'll kill you. And then people are like, ah. And then another guy does it to him, and he's like, oh. I've seen them get out crazy.
Right,
and it's
right.
a fascinating dynamic.
Yeah, and it's the thing. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with anyone that's fucking mentally ill, street person. I'm like, just no chance. And you go to the gym and you spar and you do all this shit, but it's like, this is a different situation. This is not a guy who's going to be like, hey, you got me, man. Good one. And then you touch the gloves.
It's a lose.
Uh-huh.
Because if you fight the guy and lose, that's horrible. If you fight the guy and win, that's horrible. What are you going to, I beat that crackhead up. How cool am I? And then you're like bleeding and you got his feces on you. And then if you run, it's a lose.
Yeah.
So it's a bad situation, but you did the best losing.
Yeah, even if you win, you still lose. Well, then there's a chance they all gang up on you. I mean, you start fighting one of them. There's two of them right here.
Right.
And then if you lose, it could be a bad loss. Like I said, it's not all right, you got the best of me. Good man.
Yes.
I mean, this guy's going to stomp on my tits, take my wallet, shove my phone up my ass, and call my parents.
Totally. Get the vibrate. Thank you.
So, yeah, that was the situation. But let me rewind. Well, maybe I'll go in all kinds of orders. Guess what I saw on the airplane home? I'm going to give you 3 guesses. One of the coolest things you can see.
Oh, gee, tits.
On it. You got it.
Come on.
I'm telling you, you got it.
I was trying to be goofy.
No, I saw a nice, big, juicy nipple.
What?
A nipple on a plane.
What?
I swear to God.
A nip site?
A nipple on a plane. So I'm getting on the flight, SLC to JFK, VIP, MVP.
Sure, HPV.
POW. Yeah, sure. So I'm sitting there, and, I had coach. I haven't flown coach since the 70s because I got the platinum status, so they keep upgrading my.
That's a long coach right there.
Long coach.
Like the Knicks guy.
Pat Riley.
Thank you.
So at least I got the aisle. Oh, by the way, fun story again. I'm all over the tits here, but
jizz on him.
last night I'm driving old LCK home.
Yep.
And we're stuck in traffic down here in this area, and there's a car. We have a green light. There's a car pulled to the side of the road, and there's just taking forever to get out. A driver gets out and opens the door, and I was like, "There's a celebrity right here." Grant Hill.
Fun.
Which was pretty fun because it was a green light, and I was like, he's blocking foul. He's blocking us.
There you go.
Yeah, it was
That's
fun.
good.
It was cute.
He was a Sprite guy.
Snapped a photo. Yeah, that's right.
But the basketball players are fun because they're so huge. They're like gigantic avatars, so you can't miss them.
Yeah, handsome guy, too.
I can see that.
But anyways, that was fun.
He's over the hill.
I'm waiting for the flight. I'm all bummed because I'm sitting in coach like an asshole. And I'm sitting there, and I saw a lady with like this big floppy hat, one of those like beach hats. It's just it's like a 78-foot circumference.
Yeah,
And
circumcised.
I'm like, I guess you can't pack the hat. That's what somebody wrote to me on Instagram.
Oh, interesting.
But I'm like,
Can't pack a hat. Sounds like a lesson. Can't pack a hat.
That's what they always say. You can't be packing a hat.
Yeah, yep.
But I'm like, what do you need a 9-foot floppy on the plane? It's not a convertible, you dumb twat, but whatever.
Floppy disk.
But she's also got like the big heel. You know, people you see traveling, they're in like a dress and like 6-inch heels.
Yeah.
And it's one of those heels with the thing that wraps all the way up here. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like a stringy wrap.
Is this a stripper or a hooker? Something's going on. She's very showy, obviously.
She was a sexy showy. She had the big sunglasses.
Yep.
The huge floppy hat. And she's got a dress that's like a...
Oh,
like a real low cut where it like comes down to belly button.
Love a V.
So it's a lot of chest. And then the dress slit like all the way up here. So when she steps,
Lord.
it's like that long leg with the stringy heel.
What is this, Diana Ross? This is unreal.
Kooky. So I sit, I'm way back in 21D, and I'm like the first one back there because I have platinum status. So you get on early, but I'm in the back. So I'm the first one back there. And then I see the lady coming up, and she's coming. I'm coming.
Oh boy, yeah, me
She
too.
sits 20D, so she's one seat above, and the dress is like an Afghan type dress, where
I
it's
don't know
like
what that is. Is that in Afghanistan?
no, like an Afghan, a blanket,
I
a blanket with the
see.
holes in it.
Oh, like a
You know an
poncho.
Afghan? No, like an Afghan. Isn't that a common term?
Afghan, like
It's a blanket but like it's sewed,
Like
so it's like
ISIS?
hole. You can put your fingers through the holes. Not the country.
I see.
Should I Google it?
Yeah, but I want to see an Afghan. What the hell's an
Maybe I'm
Afghan?
wrong. I think it's Afghan.
I mean, you might have some. That sounds very ethnic.
Afghan blanket.
Afghan. Who wears a blanket?
Yeah,
What is
Afghan
she, a
blanket.
Native American with
Yeah, an
smallpox?
Afghan. That's it.
What
With
the
the
hell?
holes.
That's a dress?
I'm saying, well, this is an Afghan, but the
quilt
dress is
where I come from.
Afghan-like.
Okay,
It's
okay.
quilt and Afghan are the same things. I
All right,
think.
quilted northern. All right, fine.
So, anyways, it's a dress that's made of a quilt.
Okay,
It's
wow.
a quilt dress.
Quilt dress.
So she's in a quilty dress, and then she gets in front of it, and she's one of these people that doesn't just sit. She's got to like take out her shit and her meds
yeah.
and put this up there and over there, like it's her office. But she's like right in front of me and bending down doing this, and I'm not peeking or staring. I'm not a creep here.
No.
Just a regular guy, and the TVs don't work yet because we're boarded. So I'm just
You're observing.
vision, the field of vision, and it was just like Seinfeld. I'm like, I'm not sure, but I think I see a nipple.
Wow.
And it was like a cleavage, but a braless, loose-dressed hippie cleavage.
Oh, boy.
And I'm looking at a pair of tits right here. I could see full, like, skin to nipple, areola, the whole thing.
Wow.
I'm going to say it was a good 8 seconds of nipple.
8 seconds is an eternity.
8 seconds of nipple, and I'm trying not to be an asshole and a
turtitty.
creep. So I'm just, like, looking away over here, and then I'll glance back. And because, again, like Seinfeld, it's a nipple.
You can't stare.
And it's not like I'm pulling the dress or looking under the
Right.
thing. It's right smack dab in front of my ass.
And
So
they're clanging and moving because she's shuffling.
well, it's a tiny tit. It's it's like a no need for a bra lady.
I see. An A minus.
yeah, hey, I love that. And so I'm
Sure.
just looking right at it, and nipple on a plane. Never seen it before. Probably will never see it again.
Wow.
But it's quite a treat. And it wasn't even sexual. It wasn't like I was like getting a hard on. It was just like how about that?
Yeah, it's enamoring.
A lady nip on a plane.
It's really something. And you think about it, the whole flight. Like, how about that? About an hour ago, I saw a tit in the wild.
First class. Every time she went to go to the bathroom, I was like, I've seen your tits.
Yes, look at that.
It was quite a thrill. So thank you to these outfits out here, the braless Afghan dress tit women. God bless you. Thank you.
See, that is something women will never have. If a guy is wearing short shorts and he gets a ball slip, or even like a shaft slip, they're like, "Hey, hey buddy." But we're like, "Yeah!" It's like you tell your friend.
I know. I was the only one out there. If my middle seat guy had arrived, I would have been like,
I know.
What do you think about that?
You hope to not get a gay, but yeah.
Yeah, so, no offense. I don't want to be a crazy psycho alchemist, or what do you call it, anarchist, or some kind of ist.
Yeah, racist? I don't know.
Some Joe List. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I saw a nice pink nipple right on the plane. So, Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
Yeah, what age are we talking here? Because this ain't Virgin Airlines. What are you talking? How old do you think this tit was?
I'm going to say 65,
What?
67. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, jeez. I was like, this changed the whole story. I didn't know we had Cocoon here.
Late 20s, early 30s.
Oh, perfect tit.
I mean, good looking woman. This is
Yeah.
this is a prime, white nipply tit.
Yeah, pure. I wonder what she feels first class to me. I'm surprised she was back there with the dregs like you.
Well, I think she was faking it. I feel like she went out and she
I
spent
think you're
$100 on a thing. I mean, it's just goofy. Like, you look goofy.
Yeah.
You're wearing like the pointed heels with the wrap up
Yep.
thing, and a big dress with the slit and the big crazy hat and the glasses. It was just a lot.
It's a lot.
But nice nip. Never seen a nip before in the wild on a plane, so
Good for you. Nip on a Plane, great Samuel L. Jackson movie. I'll wrap it up with this, but that was refreshing.
the nippy tail
Yeah. There's a nip in the air, but
in the air.
yeah. I was waiting with Sean Murphy at the train station, and by the way, the train station at night is not a friendly place. I used to have a bit about it, how a cop came up to me once in the Philly train station, goes, "Keep your head on a swivel."
Oh,
and he said, "Be careful" or something. I'm like, "Be careful." that's why you're here.
Right.
You be careful.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was the bit. It never worked. But
It's not great.
I got it. But so this lady, kind of like a rednecky, like ball, what do you call it? A camo ball cap, a lot of like Eagles gear on.
Okay, yeah. I got
she's
it.
sitting there on her phone, got the mask down here going, "Rah, rah, rah, rah," and this black chick, probably like a 25, 30-year-old black chick comes up and goes, "There you are. Don't try to hide from me. I remember you. You are a piece of shit. You accosted me in the bathroom." And the lady's like, "Don't harass me. I'm on the phone. Quit harassing me." She's like, "You're a Karen. Must suck to be a Karen. You racist." And me and Sean are just like, we're like 5 feet away from this.
God.
And then the lady on the phone, it's a weird black-white thing. It's like a racial tension, obviously. The lady on the phone is just going, you not believe what I just went through, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, who are you talking to? Who is on the other end of that? It's always a psycho on the other end, I assume.
Right.
Or they're going, it's fucking Lucy again, But,
Lucy Gum.
yeah, but it was a wild experience. Like, we saw a cell phone video in the flesh, and you wonder what happened in that bathroom.
Yeah, that's creepy stuff. It's weird stuff. You always want to throw the camera on. Do you try to get a video, but then you're that guy,
I didn't want to be that guy. And there was no action. There wasn't a fight or a touch, but it was like, quit harassing me. I'm on the phone, goddamn. This lady's yelling at me right now. She's like, you're a Karen. I was like,
isn't it weird to think about how many conflicts are going on right now?
Oh,
There's got to be
yeah.
like 3 million, like, fuck you piece of shit. It's happening like right now
millions.
as we speak or as you listen. Just a ton of people going, fuck your mother. I mean, a manager and
know.
umpire, the whole thing.
there's a fist fight right now in an Afghan or something. I mean, it's happening. It's like somebody's banging a kid, somebody's fucking an animal. It's all happening right now.
Yeah, it's wild.
Time. Fascinating. There's a zillion people out there, and they're all interacting. Look, there's a cop right there.
Wherever there's a cop beating up a guy,
Yeah.
look for me, man. I'll be there. All right. Well, we gotta wrap this up, and I'm gonna see you again tomorrow. We got some crazy stuff going on because
that right.
I don't want to reveal too much, but I'm going away to shoot a feature film. I'll just say that.
You got that right.
Shooting a nice, sexy feature,
Mass shooting.
and it's very exciting. So we got to cram in like 5 episodes in 6 days. So just to warn you, the next few weeks are going to be a little kooky around here at Tuesdays with Stories.
Yeah, we're going to do some real scheduling, so you might see a lot of the same clothing.
A lot of same clothing, a lot of stretching, a lot of weird shit, a lot of... maybe we'll take some questions or something like that. That might be something.
Yeah, let's take shrooms. Who knows?
We might have to do something weird, fuck on camera, but we're going to get through it. We're going to make it work. We're like the mailman. Not rain or sleet or come.
Yes, exactly. Shoot it right in my face, and you'll get a bag.
So that's
or a
exciting.
package.
I want to apologize to the folks in Dallas. I had to cancel that weekend, and the live pod in Royersford was supposed to be tonight. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Oh, that's tonight.
I got serious stuff going on here, and duty calls, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I feel like a chooch, but I got to put this thing first because this is my big chance to ruin my life. So,
it's exciting. It's a hell of a project, and I'm excited for you. It's an all-timer.
It's very exciting. It's very personal. It's the whole thing. So, but I am still a stand-up comedian. Trust me. September 23rd, 24th, 25th. I'm coming to Philly, Helium. I haven't been there in 3 years now because of COVID. It's all this COVID. I had all these dates.
Never heard of it.
So it's been bumped back a year and a half, but now we're coming. Hopefully everything stays hunky-dory.
Oh, boy.
So September 23rd, 24th, 25th. Buy some tickets for the love of God. I rescheduled Fort Worth. That'll be in January now. Or I'm in Dallas in January, Fort Worth, I think in March or something like that. It's Fort Worth the wait.
Yeah.
And go hit YouTube. Subscribe because I'm going to try to shoot something else in the winter, and it'll probably go on my YouTube. So I need some YouTube subscribers that keep coming up there. And while you're there, check out Mindful Metal Jacket and Joe and Ron on Talk Movies.
Here. Nice stuff. Good lineup of things. I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin, Arlington, Texas, wherever the hell that is. Improv at Brea in California. Love that place. Albany Funny Bone. West Palm Beach Improv in Florida. Comedy Connection and good old Prov. Madison, Wisconsin. Nashville Zanies. That'll be fun. Rochester, New York. Richmond Funny Bone. Portland Helium. Laugh Boston. And Vancouver, House of Comedy. Ooh, I've never done that before. That'll be interesting. Howlin' Wolf in New Orleans, Royal Oak in Michigan, and the Buckhead Theater in Atlanta. A lot of fun stuff. Check out We Might Be Drunk. Check out our YouTube specials. Check out my Netflix
And
when
our
it comes
Netflix
out.
specials.
Yeah, I'll be out in November, so will the Netflix. And yeah, keep it rolling. Get on the Patreon. We got some new shirts popping.
That's a nice quick turnaround, right? Pretty quick.
Great turnaround. Love
Beautiful
a turnaround.
turnaround.
Yeah, hell of a turn.
God, I can't wait.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'm going dark.
Well, dark is good.
Well,
the dark
we'll
mate.
see. Dark Norman. But yeah, thank you. Cat says bye. He's really twitching like a weird ketamine head.
His head's upside down like fucking The Exorcist.
Yeah, he's a nut. And we'll see y'all in hell. Praise Allah. Thank you.